Vis, can you do a bee sound? That's more like a blowfly. There we go. Okay. That's pretty good. Good job.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Zenki, what do you think?
Of the bee noise, or do I need to do one?
No, of the bee.
Yeah,
I would never try and humiliate you like that. Only Vis.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, good. I think it was good. I think he adapted to the accent pretty appropriately.
That's good.
Yeah, thanks, man.
You know, the first attempt, not so good, definitely in the blowfly territory.
Mm-hmm.
Attempt number 2, we were definitely closer. I think if he went overseas where all the bees live,
over bees,
and he spoke to them,
We've got
they'd
bees.
be like, yep, you could be around here, you know, you could be from here. I understand what you're saying, but I can tell that, like, you know, there's something a little funny about this guy. And then, you know, they'd probably be investigated by the International Association for Bees.
I don't know what he's talking about.
No, I get you. I would be ousted because I would accidentally say that I'm sick of shaking my booty for these fat jerks.
Look, I don't know what bees are like. I feel like bees are very nationalistic. I feel like you go over to freaking the bee country and you start like buzzing like that, they're going to be like, hey, learn English. But that would, whatever the bee language is called, replace that with English. And then they'd freaking kill you. Yeah. They wouldn't even bother to deport you. They'd put you on a freaking pike. They'd burn you to death.
Aspirational. We should do that again. Do we ever do that in Australia?
Yeah, probably.
I feel like we may have lynched some Aboriginals.
Good
I know
times.
that in the literature they were considered animals for a time.
Yeah. You could get a license to hunt them in Northern Territory at least. In like,
I mean, did you need
50s.
a license, or was it just like kind of thing you got away with?
Yeah,
like,
I don't know whether it's a license or just like you can't get me in trouble for doing this.
007, mate. License to kill. You know,
really, I'm doing him a
Bond.
favor, really.
Yeah. What's like an Australian name that's like very Australian and kind of like
James
evolved from being just a British name? Oh, I guess we don't really have any, do we?
Dazza.
Unless it's like, I don't know, like Jason.
Yeah. Bond?
Like,
Jason's not a very Australian name, I don't think.
No, maybe Jaden. I'm thinking like, I don't know.
Nah.
I'm thinking of like some bogan.
Matthew.
What's he's going to... Matthew?
Matthew is...
That's an Australian name. I don't think I've heard that in any other culture. Yeah. The Book of Matthew was actually written by an Australian.
Yeah, he must have been. He actually went by Scuzzer because his last name was like Scunthorpe or something. So everyone just called him Scuzzer, Matthew Scuzzer.
We got Matty Scunthorpe and we got Matty McDonald over there. We call Matty McDonald Matty because his name's Matty. But this guy came around later. He's Scuzzer.
Yeah, but I mean, we started calling him McDougall. Was that his last name? McDougall?
We're still talking about the Bible?
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah, that's him. Jesus actually renamed his followers because they were all named Matthew. And he's like, look, you're all just going by your last names now.
Well, he definitely renamed, what was it, Simon Peter?
Well, it was Peter,
like,
and he renamed him to Simon,
like,
I think.
Other way
yeah,
around.
but they kind of call him Simon Peter to differentiate. Like, he's the guy that got renamed.
Oh, okay. So, wait, was there another Simon in the group?
I believe there may have been other
Why
Simons.
did he give him a completely different name?
Yeah, because Peter and Simon, there's not a lot of overlap there.
He's like, no, my name's Simon. No, it's not. It's Peter
No,
now.
not anymore.
Yeah, good one, Peter.
Yeah, so
Just
Saint Peter is what some people call him, also known as Peter the Apostle, Simon Peter, Simeon, Simon, or Cephas. So there's a few words there.
The big Simo.
They kept fucking with him and changing his name.
Yeah.
That's how. Wait, no, we got a theme song, Zenki, for this segment.
Oh yeah.
We've got a theology theme song. Play the theme song, Zenki.
All right.
Go on. Don't you love that theme song?
Incredible.
Great. Really makes me think about theology.
Yeah.
All right. Good.
What was that at the end there? Was that Jordan Peterson?
I
It
don't
sounded
know.
like he was speaking through a sock or something.
Yeah, it did
Do we
sound
have a
like that.
cleaner sample on that?
No, we don't. That's the only one I could get.
Can we call up Jordan Peterson and ask him what he thinks about?
we should get him
Can we
as
get
a
a clean
guest.
read on this, Jordan?
Yeah.
Get him as a guest on the show
Yeah.
and just get him to say, God, clean, and then say thanks for your time. Then go back to talking about bees and Peter.
Yeah.
I feel like Jordan Peterson would have a lot of things to say about bees. You know, he
We
went
should
through
call in Jordan Simonson.
I'm on an all
Jordan
bee diet.
B. Peterson.
I only eat honey and bees.
Isn't that his middle name? Isn't B his middle name?
Yeah, it is.
That's right.
It's not short for anything.
It's not. No. It's BEE.
Yeah.
It's to represent his love for bees.
Yeah.
He's like Homer Simpson, you know?
Formerly known as Jordan B. Simonson.
Uh-huh.
Hi, everyone. I'm the editor. Vis said that joke already.
Anyway,
Yeah.
that's all bees are.
Oh, great theology
Yeah.
news, everyone.
Yeah.
Do we have any actual
fantastic.
theology news? I think everyone's heard about this
yes,
Simon Peter
speaking
guy.
of
We've known
Peter.
about him for a couple of thousand years already.
AKA
Yeah.
the first pope. Am I right, Zenki? Zenki, am I right, Zenki?
Whatever the hell a pope is. Yeah.
We have a new pope.
Okay.
By we, I mean just like,
Yeah.
you know, this is in general, like not you.
Yeah.
Not
Simon
us three.
Peter, on Simon Peter's deathbed, he wrote a list of people that were going to be pope next.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And we're just running down a list. He knew this guy would be around.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
It came to
just,
them in a
he just
dream,
called
okay?
them out.
That's how
Yeah.
it works. It came to them in a dream.
Yeah.
At one
Yeah,
point,
it's
he's
just-
like, yeah, and there's going to be another Messiah, and he'll be called Muhammad. And Muslims were like, well, that's my signal. That's the sign to just name all our offspring ever Muhammad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't understand that. Is it wishful thinking?
Yeah, well, I mean, if he's going to be Muhammad, then yeah, name him Muhammad so he can be the Messiah. It'll work for us.
Yeah, because like Jesus' name wasn't Jesus Christ. Like Jesus was the Christ. He probably either didn't have a last name or his last name was Carpenter, you know?
Mm.
Like he didn't rename himself. Yeah, my last name is Christ. Like Muhammad, if he comes back, he'll probably, I don't know, if he is the reincarnation of Muhammad or whatever,
Mm.
he'll probably let people know regardless of what his actual name is. It's like some guy called Matthew Scuzza.
Yeah.
He finds out he's actually the reincarnation of Muhammad. He'd be like, you know what? I'm going to call myself Muhammad from now on,
Yeah, exactly.
just to let everyone know. But at that point, you're going to have to like, well, everyone's called Muhammad. 99% of people who were born in the year 2025, their names are all Muhammad.
yeah, but I'm
So maybe
the Muhammad.
Scuzza is, you know, I am actually the prophet Scuzza.
Yeah.
So that kind of stands apart from all the other Muhammads.
Yeah, because you kind of diluted the strength
Yeah.
of the name Muhammad. I
mean,
think
like,
that was probably also Jesus's last name. Not Carpenter, it would have been Scuzza, I think.
Scuzza?
Jesus Scuzza, yeah.
I regret making this segment.
Is this the kind of theology talk you had in mind?
No, it was a lot of like talk about like Islam, which is kind of like, that's lame. So
Yeah.
whatever. We'll move on. There's a new pope. He's pretty cool, I guess. I don't know. Whatever.
What are your thoughts on the new Chicago?
I don't know anything
Pope?
about him. I don't know.
All right.
Don't know.
Isn't this the guy that was like, you know what? America needs more immigrants, actually.
Wouldn't surprise me.
I don't know. I will take your word for it.
Yeah.
Me too.
But, I mean, I don't really care
You could-
about the Pope.
yeah,
and
you
I
could tell me
imagine that
anything.
any sort of modern Pope is
A reptile.
pretty liberal and retarded.
Yeah.
Yeah. There was a Joe Rogan thing with Mel Gibson, and he was talking about like some event in the Catholic Church, and he doesn't trust anyone in the Catholic Church. He reckons there was like some thing that happened, and now they're compromised. So, you know, we should have made him the Pope, Mel
Yeah.
Gibson. He would have fixed
Yeah.
things.
the
He's
one guy
a-
who's speaking out against them.
He would have been the most entertaining Pope. Him or Donald Trump. If either of them got in.
should have got Donald Trump in to be the Pope.
Yeah, I mean that's where he failed. Is that he calls himself a Presbyterian. He should have called himself a Catholic, and that way he could be like, yeah, now I'm in with a chance.
Yeah.
This is the first American to be Pope. I don't think there's been a single Presbyterian who's been Pope.
Yeah, I don't know. Good theology
Right.
segment.
Yeah, thanks, man. I'm so glad you just you insisted on this being a segment. What else have you got
Force
in the
a
theology
topic,
news?
have no input.
Yeah, whatsoever.
Refuses to explain, leaves. All right, play the theme song, Zenki.
Again?
Yeah, we'll have a second theme song to exit the
We'll
episode.
play it in
Okay.
reverse.
Yeah, there you go. Perfect.
Oh, wow.
I
love
didn't think
that.
we were done though. I thought, was that it? We just had a new pope and gay Islam.
I didn't have anything else on the docket for that
Okay,
segment.
all right,
It's
All right, I won't insist.
we're testing it out. It's a trial segment.
sure.
What's the deal with the Pope? Yeah, all that.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
let
mean,
us know
it's
what
pretty
you
cool.
thought of theology.
Like they got cool like buildings and stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I like architecture.
they got cool like robes.
Yeah, I like clothes.
Me too. All right. Anyway,
They got cool little yarmulkes, which is weird.
That is
Yeah.
weird. Yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah, I'm sure.
No, they're taking it
I think
back.
Islam, they have their little skull caps as well.
they're taking little hats
What's
back.
with the little silly hats? Why can't there be a religion where it's like, you know what? I'm
No.
going to wear a baseball cap. That's our hat.
Yeah,
I'm taking baseball caps.
I agree.
Yeah.
Sorry, I got no contributions tonight.
whatsoever.
All I had was make a bee noise, and that was it for me.
Yeah, we got it. We
Yeah.
got it. We got the bee noise.
That's okay.
Good
Let's move
stuff.
on. I got
right.
other segments. Hold on. Let me
Okay.
bring up my segment list. Let me unfurl my parchment full of segments.
Yeah.
The
The smoke has gone white. We have chosen a new segment. What's the new segment, Lakembra?
maybe I should get to a good segment to kind of pick things up a bit. I've got a bunch of boring segments, which that'll slow things down even more.
Why would you? He wants to start filler content. Oh, guys, I got all these ideas for the show.
Yeah.
They're all bad.
Yeah.
But I think we should just try them out.
I have
Oh,
a
you
bunch
come
of
up with a
bad
segment.
segments, but
I'm-
let's
you
pick
know
a
what?
good one.
No.
Let's not
Like,
listen
I
to
have
any
an idea
bad
for a
segments.
segment. I have nothing to contribute to the segment, but I think we should give it a crack.
Yeah.
Zenki, why don't you come up with a segment right now? Go.
All right. What's your favorite color?
Oh man,
Probably
Mr.
green.
D the dank.
Green.
Is that you?
If you were a salad.
All right, here's the
Yeah.
segment. Ready? It's
all right.
time for the video game news. The old faithful.
All right. Yeah, that is an
Hell
old
yeah.
favorite.
Can't go wrong with video game news. Here we go.
You kind of can because we just recorded an episode of chatting to stuff, in which
Okay,
we
fine.
talked about
We'll-
video games.
Okay, so you don't want to do
No,
video
I wanna
game
hear the
news?
video
No,
game
dude,
news.
I'm just naysaying.
I've got
That's all.
happenings and peeves.
No. I want to do the video game news.
All right. Okay, first bullet point. Play the
Uh-huh.
theme song for the bullet point. Is that too much? All right. First bullet point. It's Todd Howard. He's back.
Oh yeah, he's back.
God
Is he?
Howard is back in God form. With the release of Oblivion Remastered, and Vis is the only person here who's played that. How is
Yeah.
it, Vis? Vis, take it away. Vis,
It's all
do
right,
the
it's
segment
Oblivion.
now.
Okay, yeah, it's Oblivion. It plays much the same as Oblivion. It's just as flawed as it was back then. And it's less nostalgic, I guess, because it doesn't look the same. And lots of the same flawed game mechanics are still in there. But if you liked Oblivion then, you'll probably still like it now, as long as you keep those rose-tinted goggles on.
Okay. Good review.
Thanks,
Yeah,
man.
you started playing it and immediately you had mods on the game. So I feel
Yes.
like that's not like a good. I mean, like out of the gate, there were things that were not good about it, I suppose.
That's definitely true. The thing is, like, my major thought on this game is every single time they re-release or remaster a game, I feel like at least I go I want them to just update the graphics and leave everything else exactly as it was. And this is a perfect showcase as to why maybe that's a bad idea. Because it's a 20-year-old game. A lot of the game design decisions are quite dated. But I guess
it could use a few quality of life things.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think my biggest problem with it is that the game was absolutely designed around fast traveling, and it's just annoying to get to get a contract for a quest. If you're in the most northwestern city on the map and they're like, oh, we need you to go to the most southeastern city on the map. It's like, why do you have this contract? You don't have there's nothing I can do around here. I have to don't you have a fucking squire you can send across the country? Because I know once I get down there, I'm going to talk to someone and have to come right back. And so it just turns the game into a series of loading screens, which is the same problem that Starfield had.
They've been doing it this whole time.
Yeah, pretty much.
They've never learned.
Mm-hmm.
Aren't you mad?
I mean, in their defense, they only released 3 games between Starfield and Oblivion 20 years ago. So
that's actually crazy, and it's correct.
It's insane.
It is. It's insane.
All right. Give me your top 5 things about the game. Yes.
Top 5 things. Oh man.
can be positive or negative. Just give me 5 things.
Just a thing.
Give me 5
just say a thing.
About
say
the
a
game.
thing.
I know you just had a long and nuanced kind of a review of the game just a minute ago, but put it in ChatGPT, summarize this in 5 bullet points.
Yeah. Archery is still is satisfying. I didn't play much Oblivion as a kid, so I don't have a lot of I can't be like, oh, this is just like that. The dumb conversation minigame is just as fucking retarded then as it is now. If someone doesn't like something and I can see that they don't like it, why would I say that thing to them?
Maybe if you told them a joke, they'll give you a discount.
Yeah, okay, but if I'm like, hey, want to hear a joke? And he just fucking glares at me like he wants to kill me, I probably won't say, knock, knock. That's retarded.
Right.
But I get otherwise,
2.
if you can only pick the good things, then it's not much of a mini game.
Okay. Third thing.
I only got about 30 hours in.
Okay. All right. That's 3.
I don't know if I burned myself. Look, I'm a fucking complete degen retard, right? I can spend 100+ hours in a game in a couple weeks and not get burned out. If I got burned out after 30 hours of Oblivion, it's because gaming has progressed so far since Oblivion came out that remastering it, mostly warts and all, it just showcases how dated the game design is.
Okay.
I had a similar issue with. Oh, okay.
No, I would like to.
Shut up.
Yeah, this is the time for my opinions.
Just kidding. Please, Zenki. Zenki, give me your top one thing to reply to this with.
Yeah.
Thank you. I had a similar issue with Persona 3 Reloaded, and they did a whole bunch of quality of life improvements, but it still wasn't enough to kind of fix the core, issues with the game.
Yes.
That whole game kind of revolves around you go into the same tower every night, and you go up a few floors until you can't anymore until a certain time in which you face a boss according to the calendar date.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's that concept. And they kind of shot themselves in the foot where they fixed that in subsequent games, where they have things that they've just done better than the third one.
Yeah,
but it's just baked into the way that game is that even with a completely revamped remake of that game, graphical improvements, other quality of life improvements, it's still just hard to play because it was it's just an old idea.
It's come so far. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's another thing with Oblivion. There are changes. They have changed slightly the leveling system. You don't have to be really autistic. You don't have to make a class that you won't use in order to not get raped by the game's balance and scaling system. You can sprint. You couldn't sprint in the original Oblivion. There's a few quality of life adjustments. It's not Oblivion 1-to-1, but the game is it's the overarching design principles, because fast travel hadn't really been done in a Bethesda game until Oblivion.
This increases your faith that Elder Scrolls 6 will be good, or decreases it?
Decreases, absolutely. There is not a hope in hell. I have 0% faith in Bethesda's capacity for delivering a new and like interesting and good and modern and playable and not shit Elder Scrolls.
Was it game like Elder Scrolls 6 something that you were really looking forward to? I know Starfield was.
It was maybe when the trailer came out. The trailer, which is older now than Skyrim was when that trailer came out.
Yeah.
It's been so long, and I think Starfield was kind of the final nail in the coffin, because that game sucked. Like, if you're Bethesda and you have carte blanche to make whatever game you want, and that's what comes out, then I have no hope. Like because any other game that comes out is just going to be like, here is the skin of the franchise you loved, stretched over some sort of soulless husk. Enjoy. And for my fifth point,
okay. Oh, yeah, nice. So he's giving it a grade of B. Zenki, do you have much love or nostalgia for the Elder Scrolls games?
Nah, zero. I never played any of them until Skyrim came out. Then I pirated a copy of Skyrim, and I never finished it. But I did enjoy it.
You played Morrowind.
And I played Morrowind, maybe 10 years later with you guys, with the multiplayer
like fun
version.
enabled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was so much fun.
I mean, it would be a massive slog to play that game.
Oh, yeah.
Now by myself as it was when it came out. But yeah, I don't know, man, like those games kind of just, they don't really look that good. They kind of look like shit.
Okay.
It's true.
For me, Morrowind, like on the Xbox, is like one of my core memories.
Yeah.
And like video game wise, not like, in my actual real life.
Yeah.
It was so good, and I don't think I could ever go back to it in like its normal form. And they shouldn't remaster it and just leave it where it is.
I think they will, because the reception to Oblivion has been pretty good.
Okay,
they're gonna do Skyrim though. Guaranteed.
I don't think they will, because Skyrim's been remastered like 1,000 times. How do you just do it again?
It has been remastered.
I only think that they're gonna like do it in a new engine, because we're playing Oblivion. I'm watching you play it on Discord, and every single city has like little Skyrim flags everywhere.
Yeah,
it's like,
true.
Is it like, are you doing like a subtle little Easter egg of what's coming next?
No, I think they're just doing it because, like I said, here's the skin of the thing that you like stretched over a soulless husk. That's at Skyrim, everyone loves Skyrim. So here's the little symbol of Akatosh everywhere.
They'll do it in 6 years'
I think it would
time.
be better for them to redo Morrowind and then eventually Skyrim.
Morrowind.
But I would not be surprised if they just did Skyrim again.
I think if they did, I would similarly have less hope for them as I do for Bethesda. Because it was a third party.
I wonder if they're going to be like, the big thing that's going to separate Elder Scrolls 6 is like, we're redoing Skyrim in that game, like that region again. It's going to be so huge that it encompasses multiple regions of Tamriel or Cyrodiil. Tamriel.
I mean, like, I wouldn't care, because like Starfield proved that it's got nothing to do with like the, open quotes size of the game. Like, you can give me multiple planets and I don't give a shit.
Yeah. All right. Cool. That brings me to my next video game news question. If you could get a remaster of any game in the style of Oblivion, what would you want them to remaster?
Deus Ex.
That's a good choice.
Yeah. You ran this question by me earlier today, and I didn't have an answer. But when you ask me that now, immediately Deus Ex is the answer, because that is the kind, like, the gameplay of Deus Ex is dated in like the little things, like the nuances. But I think with the kind of quality of life,
dated by its technical limitations, not the actual systems in the game.
Yes, absolutely. So with the kind of quality of life improvements that Oblivion received, I think Deus Ex would be,
Day of Sex.
It would be fantastic. It would be a day of sex for everyone involved.
I lean towards like a Metal Gear Solid game. They're kind of doing that with Delta, I imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
But you could take 2 and 3 and just make them look better, and they'd still be pretty good.
2 is one of those games that aged well, I find, at least visually, because so much was put into like stylization and like effects technology,
I think it's like on the cusp of controls being modern as well. Like I remember playing it. I bought the collection on PlayStation 3. And it wasn't like a massive slog to get used to. It's like, when you pick up an old PlayStation 1 game and twin stick controls just didn't exist.
Yeah.
And then you have to.
Yeah, you really have to
like
rewire your
Ape
brain.
Escape or something like that. Like, I couldn't do it. Where the right analog stick is dedicated to like where you swing your net. That's crazy to me now.
Yeah. Remember when game devs used to have like ideas and it wasn't just like, all right, we're going to make a third-person shooter, so obviously right stick controls the camera and X is jump or whatever.
I had such a hard time as a kid figuring out twin stick controls. Like after like only playing stuff like Spyro.
Oh yeah.
And then I think it was
that's a good remaster.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a good remaster. Yeah. I think it was Siphon Filter.
Oh, yeah.
That had twin stick controls. And I imagine it was probably kind of janky compared to what we get now.
Yeah.
But it was so hard for me to wrap my stupid head around. It was only until I played like hours and hours of Time Splitters.
I was going to say,
yeah. That just locked it in.
I meant to say remake.
Unfortunately, it locked in inverted controls.
Unlucky.
Because I think it's by default inverted on Time Splitters.
I wouldn't know. I've pivoted to and from inverted controls numerous times. So,
yeah, I think it makes more sense when I hold a controller. But then when you get like those controllers that have like the sliders instead of a joystick, then my brain is like, not inverted, regular. You idiot.
The sliders.
Something about the tilt. Yeah, like it might be like a mobile game pad or something like that.
Yeah, his controller has sliders instead of thumbsticks.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what a slider is. Like those little marble, like handheld marble things where you got to like move it around a maze.
Here you go, bro. You can use this controller.
I'll try to find it, but like the 3DS XL.
Oh, yeah, like the thumbstick where it kind of just like moves linearly. It doesn't like roll around.
Yeah. Yeah, the 3DS joystick or, slider thing.
PSP had one as well. Presumably the Vita.
Yeah.
It is fun on the 3DS, but when you play like because they had a Resident Evil game on the 3DS, and that was I couldn't wrap my head around those controls because I wanted it to be inverted, but when I played it made more sense to have it regular because it didn't have that tilting motion to the joystick. It was just sliding up and down, so it didn't feel right.
Yeah, okay.
Anyway, sliding controls, inverted controls.
Yeah.
I'm gay.
Lakembra, what would you remaster?
Skyrim. Next question. Next bullet point. Here we go. Actually, I don't know. There's lots of cool, there's lots of stuff that I would like. Probably just like a lot of PS1 stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe some PS2.
I would like to know which PS1. A Netgear Z game. That game where you save the babies.
Yeah, the Haunted Mansion maze game. Not mansion.
Yeah,
Haunted Maze game.
Give me a 3D remake of Final Fantasy VIII and change very little.
That's a good one.
Just make it look good.
Yeah.
Because they're doing Skyrim. With stuff like the Final Fantasy remake and all that crap, they're putting too much energy into making it like an action game.
I still haven't finished the second part. Fucking hell.
Yeah.
I just fell off and it's like, I can't deal with this fucking convoluted story. Don't care.
Mm-hmm.
They could have just made one game, just a 3D remake, pretty basic, like add a few new things of the original game, just quality of life.
It's all there. You just have to remake it. Like, you don't have to create anything new. You can just remake what's there.
I seriously think there's probably an issue, and this goes for Bethesda, and it goes for like a lot of Japanese devs. It goes for Nintendo. All of like the creative directors and talented, quote unquote, talented people, they're all like 60 years old now.
Yeah.
Like they're freaking old at this point, and surely they're just running out of juice.
Yeah,
get some young blood in there.
The problem is that these guys
I don't need Nomura to make another game.
These guys who are like 60 years old, right? When they started making their games, they weren't like, I'm gonna make a Mario game. I'm gonna make Doom. They were like, I'm just making a game. I'm making games with my bros. You know, that like they created the iconic things because they were just creating without worrying about like, oh, I'm gonna apply to work at Bethesda so I can make Dragon Cocks or whatever. Like they were just making things.
And
they weren't fanboys.
They were young and they weren't fanboys. Whereas now young devs tend to be fanboys.
Mm-hmm.
And I just wish that like there was more people out there making stuff just from scratch.
Yeah.
Like maybe like Bellatra is a good example. That's like a pretty original idea.
Yeah.
And there are other indie devs out there. Yeah. But there are other indie devs out there that are doing cool original stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But then when you look at like big studios, it's like, wow, Borderlands 4. Wow.
Yeah. I'd love to hear your thoughts about Borderlands 4, Zenki. If you would like to hear Zenki's thoughts about Borderlands 4, go watch our fucking video.
Yeah, I mean, to sum it up, I have no thoughts on Borderlands 4.
Yeah, who cares about
But my
Borderlands
point is
4?
like, make something new.
Yeah.
Don't just make Borderlands 4. Like, you've got infinite money. Make something new. Make a new IP.
Yeah.
Stop just rehashing this crap.
Same shit.
It's like the new Metroid game. Metroid Prime, I don't care. I don't care about Metroid. I don't think there's been a single good Metroid game.
People like Metroid Prime series.
No, they don't.
Oh, all right.
They don't. They like Nintendo. They think they like Metroid. Metroid is not good.
I'll give you my top 5 games that I want remade. You ready?
Hell yeah, let's go.
Time Splitters 2.
It's a good one.
Hell yeah. I've been waiting for that for freaking
It's
a
coming.
decade at this point.
Yeah, it's coming.
They're going to have to remake the remake. Jack and Daxter. That'd be a good one.
I never played it, but, you know, sure. I want that for you.
Devil May Cry 1. Remake that.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Final Fantasy X. I'd like them to remake Final Fantasy X. And lastly, Skyrim. There we go.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Final Fantasy X would be pretty straightforward as well because it's already a 3D game.
Don't redo it like Final Fantasy VII Remake. Just remake it normally, please. I don't need anything crazy. Thank you.
Agreed.
Who made 10?
Because they could...
Jing Jong Jing. Please don't fuck with it.
Yeah. Love that guy.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, it was Nomura just based on the costume designs.
Well, Nomura, if you're listening, you know what to do.
Stop it.
Kill yourself.
Yeah.
Here's a bullet point. Sorry, Zenki, go ahead.
What other video game news do we got?
Elden Ring movie.
Oh, yeah. Is that confirmed or
I don't know.
speculative?
I saw you guys talking about a tweet, and so to me, that's fact.
Yeah. 10 was directed by Yoshinori Kitase.
Yoshi.
Okay.
From Super Mario Brothers fame.
Yeah, it's him.
What does he eat? Does he eat apples, or something? Are they apples that he eats?
I think they're Wumpa fruit.
Yoshi?
What's he? Wumpa fruit? Yeah, stop eating Wampa fruit.
They're
Yoshi.
freaking aborted fetuses, but the graphics just don't portray it properly.
That's
why we need a 3D remake of Yoshi.
Entire uteruses with babies inside them.
Yeah.
Cool. Elden Ring movie.
That's a very kind of. I feel like it's an Elden Ring thing.
Yeah, that is.
Freaking aborted fetus.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's
a
pretty
series
like
with placentas and umbilical cords. That's Bloodborne, really.
It's
all
true.
that stuff. I don't know. I saw a tweet, or I saw you guys talking about a tweet. Alex Garland is writing it or something. I don't know who's directing it.
Direct
writing.
Alex
Garland.
Okay. Sure. I didn't
Is he
know
writing
his
it?
name, but
I thought it was just directing it.
I don't know. You guys were talking about the tweet. You tell me. I made the segment. You guys take it from here.
Yeah, okay. Look, I didn't know Alex Garland's name. I also coincidentally didn't know who directed the 28 Days Later
That's Danny
series.
Boyle.
Oh, wait, so he just wrote 28 Days Later?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, all right. Well, now I know. The writing in at least 28 Days Later was good, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
sure.
liked it.
Fuck it. Why not?
Yeah.
Yeah, it had one of my favorite jokes from filler content when he gets the AIDS blood in his eye and turns gay. That was funny. Remember when Alex Garland wrote that?
Yeah, he wrote that joke. Yeah, that's great. That's very funny.
Yeah.
Not anyone could deliver that joke.
He set us up and we knocked it down for him.
Yeah, thanks, man. Thank you, Alex Garland, for listening.
I don't think it would be good. I don't think you could make an Elden Ring movie. It doesn't. It's not the type of material that serves a nice, short, tight narrative. It's something that you need to play for a long time and read item descriptions and just wander around to get the true sense of the game.
I think.
Look, man, they made a Minecraft movie.
Yeah,
they're gonna do it.
I think like a competent storyteller with enough respect for the source material can make a movie about anything.
What's the Elden Ring chicken jockey?
I don't know, man.
Jack Black.
Elden Ring featuring Jack Black, man.
Yeah,
let's go.
Yeah. That'd be fucking funny.
He has a song in Elden Ring movie.
Yeah, he's got to have a song. He has to. It's his contract. Every movie he's got to have a song. It was the tale of the Elden Ring. Like that.
Yeah.
I just don't want a shit movie. You guys were talking about it the other day as like starring Matthew McConaughey. Like, you know, defeating CGI monsters and shit. Like, I'm not into it.
Well, look, that's the thing, right? If you try to remake the Elden Ring game as a movie, you are barking up the wrong ring. It would have to be like you would have to just use it as a setting and tell a story. Ideally, in my personal opinion, using the characters that already exist. Don't go creating John Elden Ring. Don't go telling a new story. Just like you've got the setting right there. Tell the story not of the Tarnish, not of the game's protagonist. Tell the story of the backstory of the game.
Then why even make an Elden Ring movie if you're not like... That's why it's like you just can't do it.
I think you can. Because here's the thing, right? Because with Elden Ring, there's so much fucking happened before the game even started that it pisses me off because like nothing happens in the
all
game.
The good shit
Everything all happened.
Before.
Yeah. It's like, what am I here? I'm just gallivanting around a dead land. This is great. I mean, it's all right because the combat is fun, but like, yeah, tell the story of the interesting stuff that happened in the world. I think that is where the story lies.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe they will.
Don't do it because video game movies suck ass. It's just a cash grab. There's no sincerity in this idea of creating a video game movie.
I liked
they
the Mario
told the story
movie
the best way they could in the game. That's why it was a game and not a movie.
Yeah, but like that's the best way they could. If there is a story that could be told better, then, you know, why not tell it?
But I guess why go from an interactive medium to a completely uninteractive medium? Like an open, non-linear world where you can kind of explore it however you want. to a freaking
because FromSoft aren't good storytellers.
John Elden Ring.
John Balatro. Can't wait for the Balatro movie written by Alex Garland.
Oh, it's coming.
Hell
they
yeah.
have a Tetris movie, man. So they're gonna make it. They're gonna make it.
Is there a Pac-Man movie?
Yeah, pretty sure there probably is.
Adam Sandler made it, probably.
I mean, Adam Sandler in Pixels.
Fucking hell. He shouldn't be allowed anywhere near. Man. All right, nightmare blunt rotation for the Elden Ring movie. Jack Black, Adam Sandler. Who else is involved?
Jason Spader.
Yeah.
Oh, no, what's his name?
James Spader?
No, Adam Sandler's mate.
Kevin James?
David Spade?
James Spade, probably.
David Spade.
David Spade and Kevin James.
David Spade, yeah.
Yeah, so just Adam Sandler's
James
friends.
James Spader in there. Yeah, Adam Sandler movie plus Jack Black.
Yeah, nice. Chris Pratt does a voice of someone.
Yeah. Morgoth? I don't know.
I have a hologram of George Floyd.
Yeah, done by the Marvel, the Thor 4 team.
Yeah, but Adam Sandler does the voice. I can already imagine Adam Sandler doing George Floyd's voice.
Because this is funny. This could work.
It's just going to be Little Nicky. It's just Little Nicky, but he's a freaking
black
George Floyd hologram. Yeah, and he's the bad guy, by the way.
Yeah.
The hologram.
Look, you're trying to get me to not watch this movie.
No, this makes me want to watch it. I'm thinking of the best possible
this is
Adam
nightmare.
Sandler Elden Ring film.
Yeah.
I'm saying it can work, Viz. We can get you out of this bad trip.
Yeah.
I can make it a good trip.
Look, sign me up. If it's got CGI George Floyd voiced by Adam Sandler, I'll watch it. I don't give a fuck. What does George Floyd have to do with Elden Ring?
We'll find it. We'll work it in.
Yeah.
Jack Black as Siegmeyer of Katarina. There's a Dark Souls character, but stick him in there.
No, he's there too. And Solaire is there.
Yeah. Eddie Murphy as Torrent, the horse. Let's go.
Yeah. Lizzo as Melena. Melanoma, yeah.
All right. Fantastic. I got another Elden Ring bullet point. Should we move on to that?
Yeah, right.
Sure.
The continued raping of Elden Ring continues.
Say it ain't so.
With Elden Ring Night Rain. We watched a full video about that in our grasping for content video.
But for those of you who don't want to go grasping for our reactions,
let's do a top 5. Never mind. Let's just do top 1 thing about
all right. Why don't you start us off?
It looks fine. It's a multiplayer game. Don't play it if you don't have friends.
Yeah. Or if you do have friends that don't have time.
It looks like it's very much set up to be like a kind of cash shop type of milk you dry experience with like 50 billion types of gems to collect and all that sort of shit, which it turns me off immediately.
I mean, it's like a multiplayer game PvE, right? But it's like it's designed around being multiplayer. Like take the gameplay model of Overwatch, for example, where you just play the same. You it's a handful of maps and a bunch of different heroes. So the game's different a lot of the time, but it's the same thing every game. And that's kind of what you're doing when you're playing this game. You're just playing the same thing over and over and over again, and it just varies slightly.
Yeah. Look, I like playing with my friends.
Yeah.
So I'll wait and see.
I think that's probably the play. Wait for it to come out, give it a couple weeks, let people cool on it.
Yeah.
And if it does prove to be fun, then maybe we can pick it up and give it a go. I won't be buying it at launch, I don't think.
If it's $100 and then they have a shop, I don't think I'll play it.
Yeah.
If it's going to be that kind of game where it's like buy the game and then keep buying stuff.
You guys seem pretty insistent on it being like a real cash shop game.
Yeah, I actually don't know if that's
going to be the case.
I just saw a screen where it's like I saw a whole kind of table of like 50 yellow gems. And it was like, okay, so am I collecting all these gems that do like 1% extra damage or whatever?
Well, that's
am I
it.
grinding to get better gems? I don't want to do that.
Yeah, that's the multiplayer game.
And I don't want to have to do that with friends. Like, grinding is one thing. Grinding with friends sounds like the worst thing in the world.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, everyone being like, oh, we got to go out and grind.
This,
like,
wow.
Do you want to grind with your friends, Zenki?
Yeah.
No, I just said I don't want to do that.
He did say that.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
He said it.
Elden Ring Night Rain, $54.95 Australian dollars.
Okay.
Deluxe edition,
that's a good
$77.
Start. I don't need that.
Yeah, it could be worse. It could be like the bloody Italian Persona. It's like $130, and it still is.
Yeah, under $60 is pretty decent for like a FromSoft game, you know. Even if it is the B team.
The B team. Next, the bullet point: Death Stranding 2, set in Australia.
That's a thing.
Hell yeah,
that's
dude!
An interesting choice.
I guarantee you, it's going to look nothing like Australia.
Can't park there, mate. I hope that line is in there. I hope that line's in the game.
There's a scene where they confuse a gang of Aboriginals for BTs.
Yeah, you throw your fucking jankum nades at them and they get high.
Man, I love that game has legitimate jankum nades.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, we noticed that you freaking shat in the shower. Here's a grenade.
Do you need a Barocca, mate?
Yes.
I wish someone would collect all of my pee and poo and make weapons for me.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I wish Guillermo del Toro would watch me in the shower. Oh, well. It looks good from what I've seen.
Who would you use your jankum nades on?
I would use them on myself.
Aboriginals.
Oh.
I would use them on slow Uber drivers.
Hell yeah.
No, they're immune vis.
Oh, yeah. Shit. The only people that I would want to use them on.
They also have like freaking AIDS blood grenades, so you could use them.
That's true. I mean, they're made from my blood. I don't know why you're assuming that I have AIDS.
Am I wrong?
No.
I feel like the Jenkum AIDS blood grenade would be completely ineffective against homosexuals, though.
Yeah, it's true. So, but so would the scat nades.
Exactly. Yeah, nothing could work.
Yeah. If you have someone you'd like to throw a nade of shit on, send us an email. Do we still check that email address?
Yeah. We just haven't received an email in like a year.
Yeah. Send us an email.
Yeah, send us an email at trash@hardmenworkinghard.com.
Let me go check it now. Harryzo sent us one a long time ago and I never read it.
Maybe that's why. Maybe that's why people don't send us emails, because we don't read them.
I mean, I wasn't complaining that we didn't get any. I'm perfectly fine with it.
Yeah.
Let me have a look here. Hold on. Oh my god, yeah. I'm sorry. Looked at the date, November 3rd, 2024. Okay, here we go.
All right.
I think I might. I don't know if I read this or not. Should we read it now, or do you want to save it?
Why not?
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
Okay, that was the video game news. Wow. Okay, it's time for listener emails. Play the theme song, Zenki.
Remember that?
We haven't had that theme song in a long time, and I love that theme song.
Yeah.
Is that the one with the flute?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. What do you mean? You just listened to it just now? Didn't you hear it?
No, I haven't played it yet. I'm playing it now.
I love that song. Delete the bit where I said that before you played it.
Yeah. This one's from Harryzo. He says, "Hello, Hard Men Working Hard. Can you please all tell me your 3 favorite songs that the Hard Men didn't make? And your favorite..." Okay.
I thought we'd done this one.
Yeah, we've
already done this.
All right, delete this segment. Done. That was easy.
Oh my god.
Time Splitters 2.
Yeah, Time Splitters 2. FF6.
Yeah.
Le Petit Philadelphia.
Yeah, okay, we haven't got anything else. We don't prompt people to send us emails, though. Send us an email at trash@hardmenworkinghard.com.
Yeah, we might read it in 6 months' time.
Yeah, but I'm just reiterating.
All right.
Reiterate.
Re-email.
I'm just seconding. I'm echoing your statement there. Thank you.
Hell yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for supporting me.
Yeah. All right.
Thank you for supporting Zenki.
Well, that was what an episode of segments we have today.
Do you have any more segments?
I do. I've actually got. We can do happenings and peeves. I've also got politics news and economics news.
What happened in what the hell is that?
Economics news. Okay. Wow, you just picked the dullest news sections and video games.
Well, they sound dull
picked
to you.
A couple of things for sure.
Yeah.
But
okay, look,
you don't know what I'm going to talk about in them.
That's true, but I know one of these segments has a song, so I think we should play. We should do the segment.
Okay. Well, how about this? Think of a number. I'm thinking of a number between 1 and 10.
Okay.
Pick a number.
Between 1 and 10?
Yep.
All right. 8.
No. Zenki, you get to pick the segment.
Oh, what were the segments?
Politics news.
Politics and economics.
Yeah, or happenings and peeves.
Hang on, wait.
I like happenings.
Politics and economics is one segment?
No, that's 2 segments.
Oh, okay.
I'm interested in the economics segment. I don't know what that could be about. What's happened economically in Australia?
This is more of an international economics news item.
Right, so nothing.
Play the economics news theme song, Zenki.
Well, that happened to be the segment that doesn't have a theme song, as far as I'm aware. So,
Zenki
we'll play the theme song that was written, and we'll just pretend it's economics. Don't worry about it.
Okay,
fine.
All right.
Hello. I love that song.
Yeah, it's a great song. Who was that who got shot at the end there?
Isn't that just 2 songs that I think I wrote put together?
I don't know what you're talking about. I heard
it sounds familiar, but lots of songs sound similar, so who could say?
Exactly. Who was it who got shot there? I thought it was a politician at first, but if it's the economic theme song, then I guess
the economy.
Yeah, okay, there it is.
It was Alan Greenspan.
Yeah, there it is.
Killed him.
Only economists whose name I know, and it's because of a biggest problem. I'm assuming that's
because of Maddox.
Because of fucking Maddox.
Because that's the only name that he knows. Yeah, is why he said it.
Yeah, that's his favorite economist because it's the only one I know.
I've got one bullet point here for economics news, and it says retarded APR.
Oh, no.
Let's not talk about that.
Let's not talk about that.
Okay.
This is embarrassing for Vis.
Yeah,
retarded APR. Vis?
Yeah. All right.
No, Vis, you have to pitch it.
I have to pitch it.
Give me your top 5 bullet points for retarded APR.
All right. It's very frustrating for me because the scenario happened where I was the crypto bro who got all my friends in on this crypto coin that near immediately went to 0. And frustratingly enough, it went horizontal for just long enough for me to get everyone in my life that I care about into the coin and then dropped 95%.
And just so everyone's on board, retarded APR is the name of that cryptocurrency. Is that right? Or is that the name of the group that is
that's the name of the cryptocurrency. It's often shortened to RAPR and it's pronounced Raper.
Okay.
So, my retarded rape coin.
Mainstream appeal on that one.
Yeah, much.
It's called Raper. The mascot is a dolphin. I assume that's a reference to Adolf Hitler.
Yes, correct.
I thought it was.
So
yeah, okay.
And there's a thing called Happy Hour, HH.
Yeah, that's it.
So it's a very cool coin, everyone.
Yeah, it's
very
a great
based.
coin. It's very based for those who care about that. But
that's one bullet point.
Mainstream appeal ain't there.
What else is happening in that?
No, that's it.
I love economics.
Yeah. I mean,
The Australian dollar might be doing a similar thing. It's on a cool trajectory of just like being worth almost nothing at this point.
Yeah.
Can you put in the second bullet point some things that you might be able to buy with Raper?
No.
All right. Third bullet point. What next?
What next for Raper?
Yeah. What does the future hold?
Unraping ourselves.
Are you optimistic? Do you think it can happen? Be honest.
I think it's doable.
Okay. All right. So
because
we should hodl or whatever they say.
The dev hasn't abandoned the coin.
Okay.
If he had, then I would say it's over.
True believers only.
He did abandon it for a month.
Yeah, he went on holiday. Price dropped a further.
The dev
95%.
goes on holiday. The coin drops to nothing.
Yeah.
Alan Greenspan goes on holiday and the world economy crashes.
Yeah.
Look, I feel like if I was responsible for a lot of people's money, I'd be like, you know what? I'm going to put someone else in charge while I go on holiday for a month.
Yeah,
instead of just kind of vicariously watch it plummet.
Yeah. The month-long holiday was pretty brutal, and the no happy hours as well.
Here's bullet point 4. Look, I can sense that you feel, pretty bad about its current performance, but I don't want you to feel bad. It was doing quite well up until you got everybody to buy it.
Yeah, correct.
Every single person.
Everyone. I know. Yeah.
Everyone you care about.
So it could not be predicted that it might not do well. For all we knew, it was going to go to the moon.
That's true.
Bullet point 5 is secondly, don't feel bad again, because we didn't really put that much money in it. Well, you did, but Zenki and I didn't put. Oh, maybe Zenki did. I didn't.
Man.
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, well, cool. Good bullet point, that one.
I'm sorry. The only consolation is that I lost the most out of everyone.
If you say sorry, then it's not like a funny joke anymore, and I'll feel bad. Don't do that to me. Only I can make you feel bad. You can't make me feel bad. It's not allowed.
All right. I'm gay.
Look, it's just a waiting game. Everyone was like saying Bitcoin, this will be nothing. But I have hope that the Raper coin is going to go to the moon. It's going to be the next
retarded rape
big
coin.
thing.
Next big thing.
Retarded rape coin is the next big thing.
Yeah. Are we allowed to just tell all our listeners to start buying it? Is that allowed? Is that
You're
legal?
allowed to do whatever you want.
It's not financial advice.
Keemstar's going to be retweeting us being like, these guys.
Yeah,
they
we're
did a
pump and dump shill podcast.
Don't buy Raper, please.
Look, I will never sell it.
So I can sell mine.
Yeah, Lakembra will ask you not to buy it. Zenki will ask you to buy it so he can sell, and I will just tell you that I'll never sell. So
now look, I think I just want the coin to be stable.
He wants to get his bags back, and then he can exit.
Yeah, that's it. You want the exit pump.
No, if the coin is stable, I will stay.
Yeah, well
that's all I care
that's
about.
the problem, isn't it? Because if it goes back up, it's like,
yeah, as soon as it goes up, everyone is leaving, and it's going to go back down again.
Yeah, well, there's that. Or it goes back up, and now my bag doesn't look like it's in dire straits anymore, so I can happily hold.
Yeah.
You have to do it slowly. You can't just shoot back up. You got to steadily bring it back up so people don't be like, yeah, yippee, goodbye. Anyway, economics news. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Do we care about
Greenspan.
politics? I think we've been going quite long. Maybe we can skip
for an hour.
We could do happenings and peeves.
Yeah,
I don't
politics
care about
news.
politics.
I had the election. Wow, Albo wins. Good job. And
did he
India,
actually?
Pakistan,
I don't even know what party he is in.
Yes, the Labour Party.
He's in the Labour Party.
Okay.
Yeah.
There was a massive landslide victory for the Labour Party. Good. Enjoy at least 3, possibly 6 more years of Labour in power.
Yeah, it's because fucking the guy they put forward as the champion of the Liberal seat didn't.
Well, he looks like a fucking freak. That's why people didn't vote for him.
Well, yes, absolutely. Physiognomy is a thing, and he is not human. I will die on this hill. He's not human. He also, like, his talking points and like his stances, I'm pretty sure are quite left wing from the looks of things. At least on immigration, the single most important one. We don't have
a conservative party.
There is no conservative party.
All right. So here's the big issue: is that we're doing politics news. I guess.
God! Please don't give me the big issue. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make eye contact. Please.
Well, that retard's trying to appeal to Browns, but Browns overwhelmingly vote for Albanese, the freaking guy that won.
Mm-hmm.
And while Albanese was in power, he imported about 2 billion freaking Browns.
Yeah,
and they all voted for him.
The entire population of India and China.
Yes, or it feels like it.
So if you want the conservative vote, then maybe use conservative politics.
Well, he lost his seat. He didn't even maintain it. The freaking alien dickhead-looking asshole.
Yeah, good.
He didn't even win his own seat. How does
hilarious.
That happen? It's insane.
He literally lost his seat. Yeah. He went looking for it, and he couldn't find it. Sorry,
yep.
and like no one will look at him.
Humiliating defeat for him, especially, but the Liberal Party, Liberal National Coalition in general, and it's destroyed them for at least 3 years.
It's all right. Cyberreich fixes this.
Yeah. A lot of people have been tweeting out that they need to go more nationalistic.
Yeah.
Because
I think they will not do that.
I don't think they will. I
think my niggas Nazis.
They will try and capture the teal seats that they lost in the last election, which are more to the center, and they will try and become more center, and a lot of them will break off into more conservative minor parties. And so it will be a long time before they get back in. They will eventually, though.
Yeah. I just don't see them... The way I see them now is that they are... Like, Labour and Liberal are both just centre-left parties at this point.
Yeah, for sure. Give me an Australian nationalist party.
It's not going to happen.
We kind of have one, but I feel like they're controlled opposition.
Are we talking about One Nation?
Yeah.
Yeah, give me a real one.
Give me a real One Nation who isn't a massive supporter of Israel and doesn't accept money from Jeets.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Like, no party that opposes Israel will ever get any ground.
I mean, if it makes you feel any better.
The Greens member of Melbourne, he freaking lost. He doesn't support Israel. Goodbye.
I was going to say, if it makes you feel any better, the Greens were also smashed and they didn't get any seats in the lower house. And their leader lost his seat also. So everyone just kind of moved to the center and voted against any party that wasn't in the center, more or less.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think if you lose all your seats, your party gets disbanded.
They still have seats in the Senate, though.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Then maybe just like someone gets killed. I don't know.
Yeah, they should kill you.
I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to just killing the Greens.
Yeah. Just a couple sacrificial members. They should kill
just anyone, not any particular politician. Just,
all politicians.
Yeah,
they do their time, they get their chance, and then we kill them.
Yeah, if you fuck up, you die. If your party fucks up,
even if you do a good job, you're out, mate.
Good job, mate.
That was pretty good. Do we care about India, Pakistan annihilating each other and the rest of the world?
I care that they wipe each other out.
Yeah, I genuinely hope they kill each other.
I'm so worried about all the Indians. I hope they have enough soldiers to fight the war. Maybe all of them that are here really need to go help all those soldiers over there and help.
I think so.
You know my biggest fear? My biggest fear is that when there was this whole issue with the farmers in India, we got protests in Australia and they were all saying no farmers, no food. It's like, dude, you're in the wrong country.
Go home.
Like our farmers, nothing's affecting them. You're only talking about Indian farmers and yet you're here in Australia protesting.
Yeah.
You are like, they're that retarded.
If you care that much, go back to your country. Otherwise,
they will be out in the streets protesting the war in Australia and in Canada and in the UK, and none of them will go back.
None of them will go back.
Because, they should go back and they should all freaking take a bullet to the head for their country because they are the most nationalistic people in Australia.
That's true.
And I think that they should die for their country.
Yeah. I think if they're from that country, they should die.
I'm just really worried that if an India-Pakistan hot war causes, global nuclear fallout and kills millions of people. Think of the anti-Indian and Islamophobic sentiment. That's horrible to think about.
Yeah.
I can't even
I think about that a lot. I think about anti-Indian sentiment constantly.
Yeah. Can you imagine being a Saudi prince and seeing all the Muslims in Pakistan die, and you're meant to care because you are also a Muslim? I think I would not care. I think I'd be like, oh, okay, good.
Yeah.
Like they give you such a bad. It's like out of all the Muslims out there, the ones in Saudi probably seem the most civilized. Like the princes, I should say, the guys who are like just kind of living above everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Surely they're the most degenerate ones. They just got a lot of money.
Yeah, sure, but they're probably the least inbred ones.
Yeah.
I'll get back to you on that.
When you talk about like a Pakistani Muslim, that's like I'm married to my sister and I'm giving birth to retarded children. Whereas I don't think in like a Saudi prince, he would just have
they put their retarded
like a million wives
in a dungeon.
Yeah.
But it's a very nice dungeon.
They have the money to get rid of those kinds of problems.
Yeah.
Whereas a freaking Muslim from Pakistan, he's just gonna, I don't know,
Pakistan,
stab me in the street eventually. He's gonna scream Allahu Akbar and stab me to death, and then
what's up with that?
I should have just let him.
Yeah, that's your fault.
It's pretty racist of me to not let him freaking kill me.
Very, very white man to get stabbed. Check your privilege.
Sounds about white.
It's true.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you. Happenings and peeves. Do we have time for this, or do we want to skip it?
I mean, we can keep going. The show's already.
Do you guys have any happenings?
Not really.
I have a single peeve.
Okay. Do you want to do your peeve first? I got a single happening.
We'll do the happening and then the peeve.
Okay. It is called happenings.
As per the name.
Peeves. Yeah. All right. I saw the Minecraft movie. Sorry, I saw a Minecraft movie.
The Minecraft movie.
Minecraft
That's
movie.
the name of the movie. A Minecraft movie. I saw it. It was all right.
Yeah. How many people died when Jack Black said chicken jockey?
Yeah, it was. It was crazy. The guy set off.
There was a Pakistani guy watching the film. He jumped up, screamed Allahu Akbar,
started stabbing people.
Yeah, pulled the freaking draw cord in his vest, and the whole cinema exploded.
Popcorn flew out everywhere when he did it. Yeah.
The Minecraft movie has become so popular that now people in Pakistan yell chicken jockey and explode.
I like the way you say Pakistan. It's very civilized.
Pakistan.
Yeah.
I say Pakistan.
Pakistan.
Yeah, a bunch of Pakis.
Yeah.
No, I'm not making fun of it. I'm telling you, it sounds very refined. Well done.
Yeah.
Isn't that just the way you pronounce it?
I would say Pakistan. So I have one foot in both camps.
We're
pleasing everyone.
He's He's bi. It's a shit movie, but like I enjoyed watching it because it was like, that they did the meme. That's funny, but like taken on its own merits, it's not good. It's a bad movie, and Jack Black's very annoying. I used to like Jack Black. I don't know what happened. I think he's just kind of in too many things.
Yeah,
I
overexposure.
Agree. He was good in the Tenacious D movie.
I think I just don't like that his shirt is too small. Like he's got the blue shirt. He's Steve. It's too small. Like he just looks too fat in it, so it's off-putting.
He is fat. He's huge.
He's a big boy. He's fine,
big guy.
So am I. But I wouldn't wear a really tight shirt like that.
Jack Black in School of Rock is what made me play the guitar.
Damn. All right.
I probably wouldn't tell people that.
So there's no, why not? It's a good movie, sir. Came out when I was about 13 or 14, I think.
Yeah. And the legend.
There's like,
sorry.
When I was that old, my parents, they didn't really listen to any good music. That was like my first exposure to like a lot of just cool rock bands.
So you were basically a student.
You were the kid in the movie, like one of the kids in the movie. Yeah.
Yeah, I was one of the kids, man.
He took you to his school of rock.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
I've been touched by your kids, and I'm pretty sure I've touched them.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Same.
Yeah.
That's a line in the film.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah. But look, Jack Black.
Yeah. He's fine. Yeah, like I said, I used to like him in lots of things. Yeah. But now he's in lots of animated movies and like kids movies and stuff, and it's kind of annoying.
Yeah, like he was in Goosebumps and he was in Minecraft.
Yeah,
and
Jumanji.
He was meant to
Kung
be
Fu Panda, Super Mario Brothers. Yeah,
and he's not like he's he's good at being Jack Black, but it's always the same guy.
Yeah.
I think it was meant to be Matt Berry instead of Jack Black, but there was some sort of scheduling conflict.
That's a shame. Can you
imagine that?
Movie?
He was going to play Steve.
That would have been exceptional.
That's pretty good. Matt Berry did do the voice of a villager. I feel like it would not have been as successful,
but it would have been incredible for me.
Yeah,
to watch.
Yeah, you personally. They should have done it.
Yeah.
He did the voice of a villager at the end of the movie. Matt Berry.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
That was the scheduling conflict. He couldn't do both roles.
Yeah. What do you mean you want me to be Steve from Minecraft? I'm already playing someone else in the Minecraft movie.
A much more minor character that gets paid a lot less. Yeah. I'd rather have that one, please.
Yeah. Someone's my agent double booked me, so I guess I'll just do this other part.
Would I see it again?
I'm a man of my word, and I've already committed to this other role.
I would not see it again. Nobody reacted to Chicken Jockey. Nobody reacted to Flint and Steel. Only reaction that I saw was to the Technoblade cameo. The little pig with a crown walked past, and the kid in the movie said, "It's Technoblade! He's a legend!" And then immediately after, Jack Black said, "He's a legend." And then people laughed. And that was the highlight.
Did the kid know that line was coming, or he just happened to...
Probably. I assume that he's probably seen 1,000 YouTube shorts of that very thing, and so he knew what to say. But yeah. Because that's all kids watch now. It's YouTube shorts. They don't actually watch any kind of long-form entertainment.
Really?
Yeah. Well, not my children, because I'm a
normal
parent. I
remember there was an interview with Millie Bobby Brown talking about how she doesn't watch any movies she's in because they're too long.
Silly.
Yeah, Silly Bobby Brown.
Just hearing...
You really tickled Miss with that one.
Okay.
It's late. Silly Bobby Brown. I don't know. It just sounds funny to hear.
Say it again.
No, I'm good.
I'll never say it again.
He would never.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. What were we talking about?
I don't know. What did she say?
Oh, she said that she doesn't watch any movie she's in because they're all too long.
That's retarded. How can you be in movies and then not have the attention span to?
Yeah, because I remember there was years ago. I remember Johnny Depp talking about how he never watches any of the movies that he's in, but it's kind of like him being like, "I've already." That's that's my work. I've already done all of that. I was there. I did it.
Yeah.
But this is
it's just because he made bad movies.
I don't have the attention span to watch a 90-minute film. Just the most.
Yeah. I wish they'd bring Johnny Depp back. Bring him back.
Yeah. Did they uncancel him or what? Because the internet unanimously decided that Amber Heard is insane.
Yeah. He's been
her
in
dog
things,
stepped on
but
a
nothing
bee.
Big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think he'll ever be back in the same capacity because he has millions and millions of dollars and loves drugs.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think he's just kind of retiring.
It's annoying because he's kind of on the same level as Kevin Spacey, who was accused of raping boys. And then Johnny Depp, all he did was
Kevin Spacey's really trying to get back.
Yeah.
He's trying to get work again.
And Johnny Depp just had a fight with his girlfriend. And who? Kevin Spacey?
Yeah.
I assume they all rape boys. But he guess he just wasn't.
He was the worst at it.
Yeah, he got caught, I suppose.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like you shouldn't. They shouldn't be on the same level of cancelled. To me.
Yeah, I agree.
I think most people like Johnny Depp.
I think so. Yeah, he's at least innocent in the court of public opinion.
Because even during the trial, he was cracking jokes and everyone was freaking laughing their ass off.
That's true. That's true. So
it's kind of, even if he was found guilty of everything, I just think he would have given everyone a smile and they'd just be won over. It's he could freaking rape me.
That's what Zenki was thinking.
Yeah. It's Jack Sparrow. Come on.
Exactly. It's Sweeney Todd.
Kevin Spacey was he was acquitted. He never was found guilty of anything in a court of law, by the way. I guess all the people died. I don't know. Something like that happened. And it all went away.
Weird. Yeah.
He called a couple lawyer friends and it went away.
That's a cool line. You should put that in the song.
I should. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. Called Spacey. Spacey's here.
He's also here.
Yeah. That'll be funny in like, I don't know, 6 months for you guys.
Yeah, you don't get it now, but your kids will love it. All right, that's my happening. Zenki, do you have a peeve?
Yeah, I have a peeve. It's when people, you finish a conversation on the phone and then they're like, okay, talk to you later. And you're like, all right, bye. And then they don't hang up, even though they were the ones who needed to go. And they just leave their phone hanging there and expect you to hit the freaking red button.
I mean, maybe
it happens to me constantly.
Yeah, that's weird.
It's usually my boss. He'll be like, I have to go now and I'll talk to you later.
I'm in such a rush, I can't hit hang up. I can't hit disconnect.
Yeah. I just want to, next time it happens, I'm just going to see how long I can
leave it.
Keep the phone on. Yeah. Because he also does this thing, like he'll go onto site and he's doing a site inspection and then he'll upload a bunch of videos for me to watch about the site inspection just so I get, I can take a list of notes.
Mm-hmm.
And usually there's a video that's 3 minutes long of his pocket.
He just sends that to...
I feel like...
Send a report back.
I feel like it's in the same vein.
Yeah.
But yeah, it happens to me when, and it should not be confused when you're having a conversation with someone and you say goodbye, then they say goodbye, and then they say goodbye again, and then you say goodbye. It's like every time I talk to my mum, it's like I have to say goodbye 100 times, and then you feel bad about hanging up, but you really have to hang up, and they keep saying goodbye because I don't want to hang up.
Yeah,
I don't know if that happens to you.
Yeah,
not so much.
Just let me hang up the phone, please.
Yeah.
Guilt free.
My dad does that. Yeah, for sure.
If you're gonna say goodbye, say goodbye,
When I talk to my dad on the phone, you say goodbye, and then halfway through you saying goodbye, he's already hung up.
Yeah, he's hung up.
Yeah. It's great. That's how it should be. Actually, I want to have a phone call like a Hollywood movie where you just hang up the phone.
Yeah.
You don't even say goodbye. They never say goodbye. They need that in a film. They need someone to awkwardly hang up. It's like they're working a detective case and they reveal a bit of information and then they have to be like, okay, goodbye. I'll talk to you later. All right, goodbye.
Yeah.
Bye.
They do the back and forth. Yeah. No. Yeah, I'll call you later. Yeah.
Except it's always this cool thing of like they say the last thing they have to say and then they put the phone down and hang up.
John McClane on the payphone.
Yeah. Imagine being on the other end of that. They should just cut to the person. It's like, what the hell? They just hung up.
Yeah.
I had more things to say.
TikTok McClane, time's running out. Okay, bye. Okay, bye.
All right.
Talk to you a bit.
Yeah, talk to you in a bit. Yeah. Hit me up later. Next time I've like hit a checkpoint or whatever.
Yeah. Next time I need to progress a story, can you call me again?
Yeah.
What's your favorite scary movie? Okay, bye. Okay. All right, see ya. I'll see you in a second. I'm coming in.
Yeah. 7 days.
Yeah.
All right. It's pretty good. That's a good peeve. I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have anything, Vis? No happenings or peeves? Last minute peeves?
No, but last minute happenings. I had a burrito today. It's fucking delicious. I haven't had like fast food in ages. I don't know if I've talked about what I did to my stomach on the show, but I fucked it up and I've had like severe dietary restrictions for the past
Are these
6 months.
Self-imposed restrictions?
No, but like I was doing that like to like lose weight and that worked. But these ones have been like, because if I go outside these restrictions, I am in agony because my stomach lining is fucked.
No. Why are you trying to lose so much weight? You're already quite slim.
Yeah, but I wasn't. Okay. I was significantly heavier and in bad shape. And so I'm like, I'm just going to get back to my regular shape and lose weight.
And what happened? What happened along the way that caused you?
What happened is, I'm pretty sure this is what happened at least, but I was eating a lot of oranges and then I started juicing my oranges. And then I would have had like
with steroids?
Huh? Oh.
Your oranges, they're juicing.
Yeah, I was juicing my oranges, HGH. No, and I was juicing them. I think in one day I would have had like a bag of oranges, like 10 or 12 oranges.
It's a
just
lot of orange juice.
It's a lot of, man.
That's a lot of vitamin C.
So
it's a lot of acid in your stomach.
A lot of acid in your stomach. And that basically, without like the fiber from like eating the orange, it's just
you're basically also just having
sugar
without the offset of the fiber.
Yeah. So my stomach did not appreciate that, and before I knew it, I was not able to eat a great many foods because my stomach lining was just fucked, and I didn't know.
Did you get an ulcer?
I have no idea. To this day, no doctor. I went to the doctor like maybe 3 or 4 times. I went to the hospital twice. And no doctor was ever able to pin it down and explain to me what had happened. I thought it was my kidneys at first, because the stomach and the kidneys share a nerve pathway. And, you know, it felt like my kidneys, but I guess that's the nerve pathway doing its thing. But yeah, I eventually figured out what had happened. And you know, the ways to fix it, which is basically just macro dosing probiotic capsules and kefir and that sort of thing. Like I tried fasting, I tried like a bunch of different dietary changes, but yeah, literally the only thing that fixed it would be just like drinking kefir and taking probiotic capsules and, you know, not eating anything.
I'm looking up here, Vis.
Yeah, what's up?
Vitamin C overdose can result in gastrointestinal issues.
Yeah, sure enough.
Such as nausea and abdominal cramps.
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking the acid, like your stomachs are pretty good at handling acid.
Mm-hmm.
It's 99% of their job is to be good with acid.
Yeah. So maybe it sounds like you had
probably too much vitamin C.
You just burn all of the gut bacteria away.
Is that a thing? Because I think that's what happened. I mean, I think it did do something to my gut lining, because after like kind of like getting it back in shape, there's something called the vagus nerve, and that
new vagus nerve,
the vagus nerve.
All right, any more?
That was the best one. We don't have to do any more.
All right, very good. And that can get damaged when your stomach lining gets damaged as well, and that kind of like impacts your ability to do like diaphragmatic breathing and like a whole bunch of other things. And so after like kind of the final stage of repairing the gut lining is also fixing that nerve, but luckily the situation I was in was able to heal both of them. So this burrito that I had is something that I've been looking forward to for literal months. Like this has been going like ongoing for like about 5 or 6 months now, where I haven't been able to eat anything, or else I'd just be in like extreme pain. That fucking sucked. I thought numerous times that I was going to die because I had no idea what the problem was, and it just kept getting worse. But I can eat things like a regular human once again, and feels good.
What about orange juice?
I'm not going near that for a while.
Never touching an orange juice again.
Man, I fucking love orange juice so much.
It's pretty good.
But yeah, it'll be
when it's
fresh,
a couple man.
Months. Yeah, it's great.
I think that's the thing is,
eat 10 oranges worth of orange juice when it's fresh.
Like when you have orange juice from the shop, even when it's like freshly squeezed or whatever, they always add in the vitamin C because like kind of, I guess the half-life of vitamin C in juice is short for some reason. I don't know. It goes away really quick.
Yeah.
So they add in more. But it always has this kind of sour taste. Whereas when you squeeze it fresh it's like a perfectly ripe orange,
so good.
It's insanely good.
That's why I was able to drink so much of it, because it just tasted so fucking good.
Yeah. You know, we we always we were asking ourselves if we could. We never stopped to think if we should, whatever that quote is.
Yeah, more or less.
Yep.
I mean, yeah, that phrase, but tasted good.
Yeah. Would you drink orange juice with a goat?
I would drink in a moat.
Orange juice in a moat?
Yeah. Yeah,
would you drink it here or there?
I would drink it anywhere.
He's insane. Peak gamer moment, as they say.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
The real test will be a kebab, because I had a pizza and, started cramping, stomach fucking killing me. And then I fasted for 2 days because I'm like, maybe if I fast, it will just feel better. It didn't. And then I'm like, I'm going to break my fast with a kebab because I am fucking retarded. And I did that. And then the next day I was just like in, sheer agony.
You blitzkrieged your stomach.
Shagony.
Yeah, more or less. I was in, yeah. So yeah, I'll have a kebab in like a week and we'll see how that goes.
All right, give us the update on next episode.
Yeah, I will.
Just complete relapse.
Yeah, next episode I'll be like, so it happened again.
Yeah. You need a stomach transplant.
Yeah. I'm in Shagony.
Oh, behave.
All right.
Good episode.
Yeah, sure.
The top 50.
I think it was a good episode. I think it was funny.
Yeah,
lots of conversation.
Yeah.
We talked about things.
Yeah.
Video games, politics, theology, economy.
Wow.
What do you think?
This episode has it all.
What
do you think about all the segments? Would you put them in again, do you reckon, or nah? Those were trial segments.
Yeah, I think it would really depend on, like, if something happened. Like, if the Pope, like, freaking raped a kid in the middle of Times Square, we could talk about theology again, I guess.
Yeah, look.
I think we'll ditch theology. Yeah.
I like the segments, not necessarily like the segments as a concept, not necessarily
you like the idea
individuals.
of good conversation.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Just
I
not
like
this
the idea
one.
of talking, but you guys just don't have anything to talk about, do you?
No, I just, maybe next time we can talk about, yeah, right. Fair enough.
Also, we'll ditch theology news because that was a non-starter. We didn't really get. We did a whole Simon Peter thing. That was pretty funny, but there wasn't much else going on.
Are we reviewing the episode at the end of the episode?
Yeah,
what's going on here?
I think it's good to review and see what we could do better.
Episode review. This is a moment of self-reflection.
That's right. It's how you get better, this. Economics, we won't have any economics news next episode, so we can cross that off.
Yeah.
Politics news, we won't have anything to talk about, so we'll cross that off too. All right. So that's all those 3 new segments, all crossed off. Good job, everybody.
Crossed off.
Video games?
So
video games is always, there's always video game news. And we love video games.
We did talk about food this episode. We should just make a formal food talk segment.
Yeah,
and what would a theme song for that sound like, I wonder?
It sound like this is noise for a thwomp, whatever it is.
Big wet fart sound, and then the thwomp also.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love that song.
Okay.
Yeah. I love food.
Same. Yeah. What's your favorite food? No, let's do that next episode.
Okay, that's a good idea.
In the segment.
I'll talk about my latest food that I made.
Oh, you did not. We got to talk about it right now.
Yeah,
it's time for the food news. Play the theme song, Zenki.
Food news. Okay. Whatever.
Booze.
Yeah, foos.
Time for the foos.
It's like,
isn't it?
it's Russell Brand with the foos. Yeah.
Is that the false news?
No, it's the food news.
Oh, right, sorry.
Brand.
Russell Brand has to eat too.
Don't be ridiculous. Us all about it.
Well, recently I made what is it? Puerco pibil.
I'm sorry.
Which is
Are you sure about that?
No, I'm not.
That must have been so hard for you.
Yeah, I made it. I freaking made it.
What's it called?
It's good. It's that it It's like puerco pibil. It's like the freaking Mexican word for pork and the Mexican word for pibil.
How do you spell it? I actually don't know. I've never heard of it. I just want to look it up.
It's in the food club.
Oh yeah, puerco pibil. Okay,
pibil, Pibil.
It's like, it looks like shredded pork.
Yeah.
Okay.
So when I was a child, I watched what is it? Once Upon a Time in Mexico. Johnny
what were
Depp
you doing
movie.
in Mexico?
I was watching a film about Mexico.
He was being
Once upon a time.
Yeah, but there's a whole theme where Johnny Depp, Agent Sands, he goes to restaurants, and if this particular dish is too good for whatever reason, he kills the chef.
Okay,
and it's too good.
It's too good.
Right.
So in like the extras on the DVD, the director Robert Rodriguez, he has a little cooking show where he teaches you how to make it. And when I was a kid, I got my mum to make it, like years and years and years ago. And then I thought, you know what, I'm going to do it again. So I cooked this meal for my own birthday, and it was freaking awesome.
So it's
cool.
That's all I have to say.
Slow roasted pork marinated in strongly, I'm reading Wikipedia, strongly acidic citrus juice, adding annatto seed.
Just flex on me, why don't you?
Cool.
Well, it was very citrusy. I generally don't have very citrusy food, but this was very good.
Okay.
It got some habanero in there, and the big one is like achiote paste, which I made from scratch with blending a bunch of like roasted spices and herbs.
Cool.
Very good food. I recommend everyone make it.
All right.
And I even found some banana leaves to cook it in, even though it's an unnecessary step.
Yeah.
But it looks great.
It does look, fantastic. Did you eat the leaves?
I did not eat the leaves. No, I put them straight in the bin. I guess I ate the essence of the leaves as it permeated the meat.
I guess you don't eat the plate, do you? So, well, a silly question. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Sometimes when I eat an ice cream, I'll eat the stick.
Just eat the stick. I do chew on the stick.
Yeah, I mean, I'll chew on a good stick. And then after I made that, I was like, you know what? When you put something in the oven for 4 hours, it comes out pretty good. So I also made chili con carne in the same kind of style, slow roasted pork with a bunch of, chili and other stuff that you would put in con carne.
Beans?
Yeah. Looks amazing.
I didn't put beans in. So 688 Attack Sub will be proud of me for having con carne without beans.
Why?
That's something he cares about. He has deep feelings about beans.
So do I.
That Tex-Mex dish.
This burrito that I had for the first time in like months that I've been looking forward to for months, I forgot to remove the beans. So
I generally like beans.
I do not.
I like. Is it because they make you fart?
No, they're mushy. The texture is shit.
Well, yeah, okay, that's fair.
Beans.
I'm typically a bean enjoyer.
The musical fruit.
I also think Mexican food in general, it's pretty high up there. Top 5 food.
Yeah, I fucking love Mexican food. It's probably my top 1 food, and yet I am a beans hater.
What would you rate higher? The what was it called?
Oh, the pibil was way better.
Okay. So Johnny Depp's not going to come kill you then?
Oh, he might. It was good.
Okay. What's the next Mexican food you're going to make? Burrito?
I made a curry. I made a pork curry inspired by.
Did you have a lot of pork lying around?
Well, I was going through a bit of a pork thing, so that was like it's like 2 kilos of pork for the pibil, then 1.5 kilos of pork for the con carne, and then I put another 1.5 kilos of pork.
That's a lot of pork
for this curry that I made.
It's a lot of pork.
So I've consumed many kilos of pork in the last few weeks. Yeah. It's good.
Great
I might make
meat.
the next thing with beef.
Pork
beef is good.
Pork is a really good meat.
Muslims, I prefer beef. I'm a big beef fan.
What's that? Beef is good.
Muslims and Jews.
You know what? I rate most good red meats fairly equally.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. Lamb is good too. I like lamb cooked appropriately.
What about a beef?
Big lamb fan.
Maybe I'll do like a roast lamb thing next. That's good. I'll make lamb Creole.
Hell yeah. I love that guy.
Yeah. That's kind of like, we've been talking about food for too long.
No.
Lamb Creole, it's kind of like you get a bit of vinegar in there and you've got the lamb and then you chuck it in the oven for a while and it cooks up and it's nice and soft and good. So I'll do that next. I'll put a photo of that in our Discord.
Bring that into the food news.
And the listener will just have to imagine what the food looks like.
Yeah.
I could probably post it in the Hardman Discord if someone cares.
They will.
Yeah. Let us know. If you
Make
want a food channel.
Let us know. Lettuce, that's another kind of food.
Yeah, it's true.
Remember Lettuce Jones?
Lettuce Jones? I remember him. Is he in prison still?
Probably. Let us pray.
I'm doing a Google search now, and the top result is a Reddit post saying, whatever happened to Lettuce Jones, posted 6 years ago.
Nice.
Yeah. Anyway, that's pretty impressive SEO.
Yeah, well done. Hello.
What do you think Zenki made better? Which dish? The Pueblito?
The Pueblito was the best. Trust me.
The Pueblito, it looks pretty good. I gotta be honest, it looks a little dry, but I can't tell the texture. Yes, I trust you. That's just kind of how it looks in that picture with the banana leaves.
It was like you look at the meat and it would fall apart. It's just freaking. It's very good. I feel like picture number 2 with the cooked leaves still in the dish probably does it the best justice.
Oh, those are the leaves. Okay, I didn't realize that's how that worked.
Cooking. Yeah, when you cook leaves, they shrivel up.
Yeah, right.
When you cook leaves, you go hungry.
Anyway, I think that's the end of this show. We kind of really tape it off hard. Talking about food.
Yeah. I fell asleep for a little bit.
Hardman tapering off hard.
Yeah.
All right. No, freaking cut this shit. We don't need the food section. Final word.
No, I like
Who's
the
got
food
the final
section.
word?
It's going to be a mainstay.
You should say...
We'll bring it back.
never. Go on. Sorry.
What was that?
No.
I was going to say, we'll bring back the food section. I reckon we should cut it this time. It was shit. We'll make it better next time.
Okay.
Are you going to talk about the same foods again?
No, I'll make more food. I make food every day. Got to eat. Yes. Today in the food section, we have stale rice crackers with 2-week-old hummus. There was nothing else left in the house.
I'm sorry. That sounds painful. Man, I've eaten so many Costco ice creams. Like literally.
What's going on with you, Vis? What's up, big guy? It's like I ate a bag of oranges every day. I had 500 ice creams a day. Like what? You're like the very hungry caterpillar. Like what's going on?
He's doing YouTube content, but he forgets to turn the camera on.
Yeah, actually.
You don't have to do this to yourself.
It's like this would make a great clickbait thumbnail.
No,
he does all the content, but he doesn't film a single bit of it.
Yeah, he ate how many Costco ice creams?
Just have one orange. Just have one ice cream. You don't have to have all of them.
No, I have what's called a retarded personality.
And that's why we're all friends.
I do like that about you.
We're here to look after you, Vis.
Thanks,
when you discover a new thing, you go all in, and I like that about you, Vis.
That is true. I do that.
Yeah, you do that.
I'm looking forward to Vis's first homosexual experience.
You're really going all in on that one.
Yeah.
I
had the most gay sex I could possibly have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why your stomach hurts.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. All right.
There's a small man inside of your stomach trying to get out.
Yeah.
Leave all of this
in. He's not dead. He's alive hamster inside of you.
If anybody is listening to this last 15 minutes of the show, they were going to go all the way anyway. So just leave it in.
Yeah, it's true.
It's not like we're going to lose listeners by cutting the last 10 boring minutes of food talk.
Yeah. Yeah, someone will make it there and be like, you know what? This is it. I'm done. I'm never listening to them again.
Finally, the food talk. This is what I came for.
Yeah.
Can I just get one more thing before we go? Can I get Zenki to do a bee noise?
I did one earlier in the episode. You'll just have to find it.
Did I miss it? Okay. All right.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
All right, I'm done.
You'll listen back and you'll hear it.
No, I won't.
I'm not. I would never tell a lie.
Okay. He's a wasp. Wasps lie. Bees are truthful.
That's true.
Look, out of the three of us, who would be a bumblebee?
Me.
Yeah.
I wish I were a babe.
I don't trust you because you're the one saying that. I feel like a bumblebee would be more humble.
If I was
a humblebee. Yeah, different guy.
A bumblebee is a close related cousin of the humblebee.
I would never be a bug. Okay, let's just end this fucking episode. Holy shit.
Goodbye. Thank you for listening. I'm gay.
Someone do the final word.
The final word
Say nigga,
is
Heil Hitler. That one. That's fun.
Yeah, it's good. Nigga, Heil Hitler.
Oh, sorry, I was talking. Try again.
No, I'll just cut you talking.
We'll get a better read on that one.
Yeah, go.
Nigga, Heil Hitler.